This is how you notarize documents like a pro. This is how you notarize documents like a pro. You know, some of us are brand new, just got commissioned, didn't really get proper mentorship. I know for me, when I first got commissioned in New York, there wasn't no training. It was just learn, pass, and that was it. So for those that are new, don't really know, or have been commissioned for some time, but don't know exactly how to notarize any document like a pro, we're going to get into that right now. I'm going to show you how to find the money page, what we get paid for, whether you're a mobile notary or an office notary. I'm going to show you exactly what you need to look for. Whether it's 100 pages or one sheeter, you're only looking for one thing. Now, the more documents, you're going to have multiple pages that you need to notarize, but they're all going to look the same exact way. We're not here to understand the contents of the document. That's none of our business. All we're here to do is identify the signers and identify where we're signing. And in this video, I'm not going to speak about identifying signers. I'm going to show you what to look for and how to notarize, and just mind your business and go about your business. All right. So let's get into it. This is the document that we're looking for. This is an individual acknowledgement, right? Now, things are going to look different depending on what it is, whether it's a power of attorney, whether it's a real estate closing, whatever it is going to look something like this. It's not going to be identical, but you're looking for this, right? Whether it's a one-sheeter, 30 pages, 20 pages, 5 pages, or 100 pages, you're looking for this. This is where you get paid. This is why you're getting paid, right? So obviously, after you identify the signers, CIDs, you're looking for this. Why this is important? Even though this is extremely simple, most people don't know what they're looking for. They want to read everything, pretend like they know what they're looking at. You don't. This is what you're looking for. Now, it's going to look different depending on where you're at, right? So state, Commonwealth of, county of, on this day. Once you start seeing things like this and name of notary public and things like this is what you're looking for. This right here is what you're looking for. Now, if you want to know how to fill it out, if you want to know the whole process, my mentorship, the link is in the description. But this page is what you're looking for. Now, if the notarial certificate is not there, as you see here, you can have a sheet like this, or you can have a stamp. Just like your notary stamp, the notarial certificate could be a stamp as well. Like, you can put it there. So name of notary, signature of notary public, everything. So this is what you're looking for. If you have a document or documents from a client and you don't see where you sign, you could either have your notarial certificate or the stamp itself. So the notarial certificate is where we stamp and sign, right? Now, this sheet is also known as a notarial certificate. Also, if you don't have this sheet, there's a physical stamp, like a seal. That's also a notarial certificate where you sign and stamp. So, example, if you don't have the sheet of that version of the notarial certificate, you can have the stamp, the notarial certificate, and then you stamp on top of that your seal. All right. So it doesn't matter what you're notarizing. You're looking for where the notary signs. That's it. If you don't see the page where the notary signs, mind your business. It has nothing to do with you. Now, obviously, walk the client through. What I like to do, I like to look at the document to see where the client is supposed to sign and where I'm notarizing. All right. So I'll look through the documents one more time. I see what the client is supposed to sign. Like, for example, personally appeared names. That's it. All right. So when I leave, I know it's correct. So when I leave, nobody could force nobody's signature and stuff like that. So obviously, I'm looking to see where the initials are supposed to be, if there are any, where the client is supposed to sign and date, and then where I, do my thing. I stamp and I seal, etc. So this is what we're looking for. This is the most basic thing to look for. So I don't care if it's 100 pages. Out of 100 pages, maybe 5 or 10 might need to be notarized because it's broken into, like, I'm going to say chapters for lack of a better word, like, parts of the document, the whole thing included. So if you don't see name of notary public, signature of notary public, my commission expires, and where you sign, it's not complete. You can't do it. So you would need a notarial certificate or the stamp. You understand? Now, there's plenty of times where it may not be there and you do your thing, or if you don't have it, you can't do the job. But all you're looking for, no matter if Diddy calls you and he needs an NDA, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter. As long as it says like the name of notary, you're fine. You're good to go. Always, watch the client sign their name on all parts where that is. So again, to wrap up, what we're looking for is where the client signs, right? This information, and where the notary is supposed to sign and stamp. That's it. So if it's a one-sheeter, look where the client's supposed to sign, and you're supposed to fill out this information, the county, the time, the date, etc., and then where you stamp and sign. That's it. 100 pages, 5 pages, 10 pages, it doesn't matter. I know for my OGs, it might seem a little redundant. This is so simple, but believe it or not, there's people that's well qualified as a business owner than a lot of people out there in these notary streets that just don't know basic information because people don't know how to translate information. That's it. So if you want to be a notary superstar, notary pro, this is what you need to look for. If you do not see signature of notary public, name of notary public, state, county of this, if you don't see this, I don't care if it doesn't look like this. If you don't see where you sign, you cannot sign it. You cannot stamp it. You just can't take a blank piece of paper and stamp it and say it's notarized. It's not going to be valid. All right. So again, if you don't have this, you can download it. You can get it. You can get your stamp. But above all else, if it's not there, it's supposed to be there. So before you go out and do a job, just make sure they have it. And 9 times out of 10, like 9.5 times out of 10, they have it. I've never been on a job yet where I couldn't stamp where this wasn't here. You understand? Every job that I've been on, whether it was prepared by attorney or prepared by the client or real estate closing, it was always there. So this is what you're looking for. No matter what the documents say, no matter if Diddy calls you for an NDA, it doesn't matter. No matter, it's none of your business what the document says. As long as you can find where the client signs and you see where you're supposed to stamp and sign, that's it. So you don't got to pretend like you know what you're talking about or pretend to be an attorney and talk longer than you're supposed to, like I'm doing now. All you got to figure out is where the client signs and where you sign, where that notarial certificate is. In the notarial certificate, it's not a sheet. It's an area where you're supposed to stamp and sign. All right? Because sometimes you might hear notarial certificate and translate that to a page. It's not a page. Well, it is a page, but it's where you're supposed to sign like this. So if you don't see it, you can't sign it. I try to dumb it down as much as possible. All right. So feel free to like, subscribe, comment, leave your comments, share with your friends. And if you need further mentorship, further help, the link is also in the description. But this should be good enough for you to go about your day, make your money, and do your thing. All right. Links in the description. Follow me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Threads, Facebook, LinkedIn. We're everywhere, literally. And this simple stuff is holding a lot of people back. Trust me. This simple stuff is like, you'll see like 100 pages and you're like, what am I doing? Just find the notarial certificates, find what the client's supposed to sign, and you will be okay. Like, subscribe, share with your friends. I'm out.